Goldman Sachs calls for $3,800 gold by the end of the year. I believe the silver price can easily get to $40 per ounce before the end of the year. We are in a beautiful time to be invested in precious metals. I also think the same holds true for cryptocurrencies as well. This video is focused on silver and gold, but it's also for people in the crypto community who are getting more and more interested in precious metals. But let's start by taking a look at what is going on, what Goldman Sachs is telling us to expect from the gold price as we head into the end of the year. And we head out here to the Economic Times, says Goldman sees glittering future for gold, boost year-end target to 3,700. Don't worry, it goes to 3,800 later in the article. Global investment bank Goldman has sharply raised its year-end gold price forecast to $3,700 per troy ounce, up from its earlier estimate of $3,300, according to reports from Reuters, which cited the Wall Street Giant's latest commodity outlook. The bank attributes the bullish revision to stronger than expected central bank demand and mounting recession risk. So we've got central banks continuing to buy gold, and we have mounting recession risk, which have contributed to a surge in gold-backed ETF inflows. Spot gold has gained over 23% so far in 2025, breaching $3,200 per ounce for the first time last Friday, continuing its upward rally from last year, setting a string of new record highs. Goldman now expects central banks to purchase an average 80 tons of gold per month, revising its earlier assumption of 70 tons per month. This pace is significantly above the pre-2022 baseline of 17 tons per month, reflecting a sustained shift in monetary reserves strategy amid global macroeconomic uncertainty. The bank also highlighted rising investor appetite for gold ETFs, citing its economist's latest assessment that puts the probability of a U.S. recession at 45% over the next 12 months. A recession with inflation, guys, is stagflation, and we know what stagflation will do for the precious metals prices. In its medium-term outlook, Goldman said the risks to their revised forecasts are skewed to the upside. Should central bank purchases climb to 100 tons a month, the bank estimates gold could rally further to $3,810 per ounce by the end of 2025. On the ETF front, if a recession materializes, inflows could return to pandemic-era highs, supporting prices around $3,880 per ounce by year-end. So there we have it from the Goldman Sachs, the most prestigious investment bank on the planet. They're calling for a gold price as high as $3,880 per ounce. But what if the everyday investor starts to wake up? What if, just possibly, CNBC and MSNBC and CNN and Fox News start to pay a little attention to gold? You know, they don't talk about gold at all. They don't talk about how gold has outperformed most of the major indexes over the last several years. What if people, the everyday people, start to wake up? Not just the Costco dads and Costco moms who are buying silver and gold at Costco, but everybody starts to wake up. I tell you a story about myself being at my neighborhood swimming pool during the summer, right? If people come up to me and want to talk and I don't feel like talking to them, all I have to do is start talking about gold and silver, and they scatter like little rats. They don't want anything to do with it. All right. But if the general opinion towards gold and silver does start to shift, that could be another major impact that could propel the price of gold higher and higher. But what about silver? Huh? Look at this. Look at this beauty. The silver Krugerrand. I believe we could have silver prices easily at $40 per ounce by the end of the year. I mean, easily. I think next year we could see numbers that you wouldn't even believe if I threw them out there. $70 by April 1st. But I know that we are in a situation right now in this world, right, that is providing this unbelievable kind of fertile background backstop tailwinds for not just gold, but silver as well. Look, there's a couple top analysts that are saying that silver will propel to $40 per ounce once we get a drawdown in the DXY index. Here's the DXY index. And as you can see, right, 100 is the magic number on the DXY index. What they're saying is if we get down to the 95, 94, 96 range, that all bets are off, okay? And as you can see over the last year, right, we've barely now just started to drop below 100. But if we go out and broaden the horizon, look at the last 45 years, you can see, right, 100 right there. We spent a lot of time below 100. So once we get the DXY index dropping down into that 97, 96, 95 range, guys, it's going to be a game on for the silver price and the gold price. Now, the other thing we need to remember when we're looking at silver, and I love this guy, the dude on X points out, right? Silver has been manipulated for decades and decades, okay? This is nothing. This is actually a very low manipulation day, but this was yesterday's data. The silver market traded 373 million paper ounces yesterday. All right, guys, that's like 40% of the entire world silver mining output is being traded in one day. And remember, that number, that's actually quite low. A lot of days they'll trade close to 100% or more of equivalent of all the silver that's being mined throughout the world. Look, I believe that we've got some bright, bright days ahead for the silver and gold market. We'll be here to talk about it. I'll be here in the basement. I love when you come join me down here. I want to say thank you to channel sponsor Ledger, the leader in hardware wallet technology for crypto, and of course, MoonPay, right? They are the on-ramp for people to move fiat money into crypto. I wouldn't be here without them. And of course, DirtyMan SAFE. You guys know all about that. Don't forget, there's a 10% off coupon code, RON10. Hey, we're going to have a fun ride as we go through the rest of 2025. It has already been a crazy year, but just imagine what could be happening 8 months from now and where these precious metals prices will be. I'll be here with you through it all. Take care, and I'll see you soon.